So here we are on our path of self-love, self-discovery, and self-discipline. It is not an easy path to be down. I think it takes a lot of work, but it's a great path to be on at the same time. And it is our foundation. And you could be at the beginning, middle, or I don't know if we're really at the end, but maybe we're doing everything we like, so we don't have to push ourselves so hard all the time. Whereas maybe when we're in the beginning, we're pushing ourselves just a little bit more because we're not used to putting some energy and time into ourselves. And so wherever you're at the journey, just remember this is our foundation. This is how we continually learn and grow and become who we want to be, is by going down this path, putting down these foundations for us. And we're going to do it with kindness, but yet we're going to push ourselves at the same time because we really are the ones who need to do that. We can't really expect other people to push us. So what area are we going to use this time? Well, we're going to overcome fear and we're going to start taking some risks. So of course, what do we start out with? Self-discovery. So this is recognize what fears hold you back from growth. We all have fears. Like even doing content creation, I have thought about it for years and years, but I don't know if it's the fear that put me back, a little bit of the fear, but a little bit of like, there's other people out there. Why should I do this? So a lot of things held me back from doing it. And I know that happens in a lot of people's lives. And so you need to recognize what fears are holding you back from your growth so you can start overcoming them a little bit at a time. And then this next one is self-love, right? So we're going to discover what fears hold us back, and then we're not going to judge ourselves for being afraid because everyone feels fear. So what that means is we're going to love ourselves for where we're at in the journey, of course, but we're still going to push ourselves to recognize those fears and to leap over them, right? Think of them maybe as a little one when you're on the running track. I have no idea what they're called, but those things that you jump over, right? Think of them as that. They're just hurdles where you have to go over them. Sometimes the hurdles are a small bump. Sometimes they're medium, and sometimes they feel like a really, really tall hurdle. And we just take those, like the small ones, one step at a time, and we figure out what we need to do. And maybe that's talking to somebody about it. Maybe that's just kind of internalizing it a little bit, and maybe that's just taking a small step towards just doing, which doing is by far the hardest thing of it all. Actually, is just to do. And what's the last one? It's self-discipline. So here we're going to take calculated risks and push past our comfort zones even when it's uncomfortable, because we never grow when we're comfortable. Never. We always grow when we're uncomfortable. That's just the way it is because we're doing something new. We're putting ourselves out there. Being comfortable is just staying in that zone that feels good and it's great, but how much growth is coming from that comfortable zone? And so for this one, remember, you're going to find out what fears are in the place for you to not take risks. And from there, we're going to love ourselves for those fears, but we're going to start taking steps to help us overcome those fears. And like I said, they could be small, medium, or very large hurdles, but we're going to do it. And we're going to start taking those small steps. It really is the small wins that build into the bigger wins, and the small wins will also raise your self-esteem and your self-confidence so that you can continue to go down these paths that you want to go down in life. So I encourage everybody to start thinking about their fears and start taking some risks. So now here is the comment section. Is this an easy aspect for you? Are you able to jump over all these fears you have and take risks? Or is this really, really difficult for you? And are you just at the beginning of your journey and taking risks seem like a huge mountain to overcome? I'd love to hear those comments on either side of this topic, because like I said, we learn from each other. And if you've already overcome some of your hurdles, sharing them may help somebody else to overcome theirs. So let's get the conversation started.